Prosperity is like a dream, no trace of falling. Chapter 1 Broken Starlight. On the talent stage that year, the much-anticipated national-style dance, Evelyn Moxie amazed the audience with her fairyland-like graceful dance. She was dressed in a splendid dress and holding a folding fan, and she seemed to have a spring breeze blowing on her face as she danced, which instantly became the focus of the media and fans. However, behind this dazzling light, there is a secret of a turbulent undercurrent. Moxie, your performance this time is good, but don't forget, the rules of the entertainment industry are not determined by the glamour on the stage. A low voice sounded in her ears. It was Lan Yan, a senior agent, and he always spoke with an unquestionable momentum. A hint of confusion flashed in Evelyn's eyes, and she tried to convince herself that sincerity on stage could break all unspoken rules. Soon after, black news about Evelyn suddenly broke out on the internet, suspected of using relationship card slots, photos of secret transactions with unknown people, and constantly emerging recording clips, suggesting that she was not as pure and flawless as she appeared. Former fans were shocked. There were fewer and fewer people in solidarity, but doubts and attacks flocked in. This must be a conspiracy. She cried in the live broadcast room, but no one believed it. At the same time, another overlooked talent player, the hip-hop Michael Charlin, ridiculed all kinds of shady scenes in the entertainment industry with a sarcastic and self-deprecating rap mystery in the circle. Although the lyrics are sharp, they also made him a black spot on the whole network, but he was boycotted by officials and resources, and has since disappeared. The circle is very small, and not everyone has the opportunity to be seen. Michael said lightly, with a hint of despair in his eyes. Chapter 2 The Glitz of Confusion. A year later, the once glamorous Avellini was pushed to the forefront of public opinion, and her acting career was almost ruined. Her former competitor Lin Mohang watched coldly, but was secretly laying out. Do you think you can always be the brightest star? The rules of the entertainment industry have long changed. Lin Mohang sneered at Evelyn at an accidental dinner party. Lin Mohang was born in a traditional family, but chose to break free as a rock singer. Her music is wild and unrestrained, and her style is completely different from Evelyn's, which has become her weapon for revenge. At this moment, Michael mysteriously returned with an album called Illusion Maze, which combines national style, hip-hop and electronic elements, which is dizzying. This is my last gift to this circle. Michael said that his eyes were deep and seemed to hide countless secrets. After the release of the album, it caused a series of bizarre incidents. The concert site suddenly lost power, the media exposed a number of shady scenes in the entertainment industry, and even high-level figures mysteriously disappeared. Chapter 3 Foggy. As the incident continued to ferment, Evelyn, Lin Mohang and Michael were gradually drawn into an undercurrent power struggle. They discovered that behind all this was a mysterious organization called the Mysterious Shadow Society, which controlled the resources and fate of the entertainment industry. The Xianying Society not only controls the media, but also indulges the emotions of fans. Evelyn said bitterly. They treat artists as pawns, and only those who are seen are valuable. Lin Mohang's voice trembled. We must join forces to break this invisible cage. Michael's gaze was firm. The three of them began to collect evidence and plan to expose the true face of the Mysterious Shadow Society. However, danger also comes. A mysterious killer appears one after another in an attempt to stop them. Chapter 4 The Center of the Storm. In a secret meeting, the three finally obtained the internal documents of the Mysterious Shadow Society, which recorded the privacy of countless artists, transaction details, and even the life and death of some people. This evidence is enough to destroy the foundation of the entire entertainment industry. Evelyn muttered. But just before the documents were exposed, Michael was kidnapped, leaving only an unfinished lyric that hinted at betrayal and despair. Lin Mohang and Evelyn are faced with a choice, whether to continue to uncover the truth or protect Michael to avoid more people being hurt. They chose the latter. After a fierce confrontation with the members of the Mysterious Shadow Society, the three finally rescued Michael, but also revealed their identities. Chapter 5 The Light of Dawn. In the end, with the large-scale exposure of evidence on the internet, the mastermind behind the Xianying Society was forced to appear. All sectors of society began to reflect on the ecology of the entertainment industry, and media supervision became increasingly strict. Although Evelyn, Lin Moheng, and Michael have lost some of their aura, they have won the respect of more people. This storm made me know myself again and made this circle changeable. Evelyn said softly. No matter how unpredictable the future may be, we must live authentically. Lin Moheng clenched his fists. Michael was on the new stage, singing the unfinished song, and the lyrics finally became a poem of hope. Chapter 6: The Sound in the Depths of the Maze. Michael woke up from the coma after being rescued, his eyes still deep, but there was an indescribable shadow. The unfinished lyrics echoed repeatedly in his heart, as if it contained an unrevealed secret. I remember. That night, in the internal meeting of the Mysterious Shadow Society, someone mentioned the mystery of sound. Michael muttered to himself. Evelyn and Lin Moheng looked at each other. No one knew what this sentence meant, but all three knew that this war was far from over. They decided to return to the abandoned theater where Michael had secretly infiltrated it, where it is said to contain long-lost recordings of the Mysterious Shadow Society, recording their secrets of using voice control in the entertainment industry. The theater is covered in dust and cobwebs, and the painted walls are mottled and peeling, but the echoes of the sound are surprisingly clear. Here. It's like a maze. Lin Moheng held the flashlight tightly and stepped in with caution. Suddenly, a faint melody came from the depths of the darkness, mixed with whispers and roars, as if it were some kind of hypnotic spell. Evelyn's heart raced, and she felt the aura around her being pulled by an invisible force. She couldn't help but walk forward, her feet echoing on the floor. This is the mystery of sound, she said softly. Michael nodded. They use sound waves to indulge people's emotions and thoughts to turn artists into their puppets. The three of them followed the guidance of the voice and found an old recording device that recorded the secret conversations of the top management of the Xianying Society. When played, the entire theater seemed to be surrounded by an invisible force, and the three of them felt that their bodies and minds were sucked into a whirlpool, and their consciousness gradually blurred. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 7: Consciousness Lost. The world outside the theater gradually faded away, and the three of them seemed to enter another dimension, an illusion constructed by sound. Here, time and space lose their meaning, and familiar and unfamiliar scenes are constantly changing in front of them, the concert stage of the past, the gathering place of former fans, and even the pain and laughter of the past. This is the labyrinth that the mysterious shadow will use to control the artist's mind. Michael calmly analyzed. They must find an exit through this labyrinth of sound weaving, or they will be trapped there forever, reduced to manipulated puppets. Evelyn suddenly saw a familiar face, which was herself who had been ruined by the black material. Don't be bound by the past, remember your original intention. The vision said. Lin Moheng saw herself being applauded by countless audiences on stage, and she gritted her teeth and insisted, refusing to be swallowed up by fear. A hint of pain flashed in Michael's eyes, and he saw himself in a dark cage imprisoned by the Mystic Society. The three of them shouted each other's names in unison, and each other's will became the only force to break through the illusion. Finally, the walls of the theater collapsed, a dazzling beam of light pierced the fog, and the three of them fell back to reality together. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 8: The Duel Between Light and Shadow. After returning to reality, the three of them are no longer the cowardly artists of the past, but fighters who carry the secrets of the Mysterious Shadow Society. This time, we are going to make them pay. Lin Moheng clenched his fists, his eyes sharp as blades. They gathered the forces of justice in the circle, once suppressed artists and honest journalists, to form the anti-Mysterious Shadow Alliance. The ultimate showdown between truth and lies, freedom and slavery is on the horizon. The Mysterious Shadow Society sent more men to try to stop the three of them. In the fierce chase and conflict, Lin Moheng used her powerful rock aura to shock the enemy. Evelyn draws the attention of her enemies with graceful dances to buy time for her companions. Michael used that unfinished song to sing a long suppressed roar and inspire everyone's courage. Underscore 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 un. Chapter 9: The Final Chapter of Prosperity. With the efforts of the Anti-Mysterious Shadow Alliance, more and more evidence was exposed, and the top management of the Mysterious Shadow Society were brought to justice one by one. The entertainment industry has experienced unprecedented shocks and restructuring. The three of them stood at the center of the once dazzling stage, and their eyes were no longer hypocritical, but pure sincerity and freedom. We are no longer pawns, but our own masters. Evelyn said with a smile. The world may still be full of challenges, but as long as we stick to ourselves, nothing can knock us down. Lin Moheng added. Michael looked at the twinkling stars in the night sky and softly sang the final song. Light and shadow are intertwined, the past and the future merge, and their stories have become eternal legends. Chapter 10 The Silence Before Dawn. The collapse of the mysterious Shadow Society brought a brief calm to the entertainment industry. However, for Evelyn, Lin Mohang and Michael, the scars left by this storm are still deeply imprinted in their hearts. They each returned to their own trajectory, but the desire for freedom and truth in their hearts never faded. Evelyn chose to return to her original dance, away from the glitz and bustle, and her dance steps became more and more calm, as if every step was telling the pain and courage of the past. Lin Mohang devotes himself to public welfare and music education, hoping to use music to heal hurt souls. Michael founded an independent music label to provide a stage for overlooked talents in the circle. We continue to fight in our own way, Michael said in an interview. Chapter 11 The Turbulent Rebirth. However, new challenges followed. Although the entertainment industry has gotten rid of the shadow of the mysterious Shadow Society, there are still many unspoken rules and interest entanglements. In a chance collaboration, Evelyn met Kevin Lane, an independent producer from overseas, a young man with a unique vision and enthusiasm. Kevin respects the autonomy of artists, and with new concepts and technologies, he creates a cross-border show for Evelyn that integrates Eastern and Western art. At the same time, Lin Mohang and Michael have also started a number of public welfare and art projects respectively, gradually forming a force to promote the positive development of the entertainment industry. This cross-border cooperation is like a new wind, blowing away the haze of the past and bringing a hopeful future. Chapter 12 The Final Splendor. On the night of the crossover show, the stage was brightly lit, and Evelyn wore a newly created light gauze dress, stepping on dance steps that combined classical and modern, as if stepping out of a dream. Lin Mohang's rock band accompanied her, passionate and tactful, and the notes were moving. Michael is backstage rapping to weave a new story, and his lyrics are no longer an accusation, but about hope and bravery. Kevin stopped in the audience, his eyes full of amazement and appreciation. The entire performance became a milestone in contemporary art and was hailed as a colorful chapter in breaking the shackles of the old and creating a new era. When the last ray of light slowly went out, there was thunderous applause at the scene. Chapter 13 Beyond the Truth. However, the truth is never the only answer. Off the stage, the three know that everyone's choice is full of infinite possibilities and hidden secrets. Finding herself in dance, Evelyn understands that only by embracing the past can she embrace the future. Lin Mohang began to write a documentary to record the causes and consequences of this turmoil, so that more people could understand the complexity and contradictions of this circle. Michael continues to write life stories through music, believing that behind every note, there is a real soul. Chapter 14 The fleeting light is fleeting, and the wool lasts forever. Time is like water, passing silently. Many years later, the three reunited at an art exhibition, and they had matured with each other, no longer young and frivolous, but firm and calm. We've all changed along the way. Evelyn chuckled. But change is not loss, but growth. Lin Mohang nodded. Yes, the important thing is that we can still choose. Michael said. They raised their glasses to celebrate every ups and downs in this journey of life, understanding that the bizarre youth would eventually turn into an eternal memory. Ending. The moon in the mirror. That night, Evelyn stood alone in front of the window, looking at the prosperous lights in the distance, and a trace of emotion welled up in her heart. Life is like a dream, prosperity is like a flower, and it is fleeting. But no matter what, your true self will never be destroyed. She whispered softly, there is no trace of the fall, but I have never forgotten. Postscript. It's a story of dreams, setbacks, darkness, and light. In this bizarre entertainment industry, the truth is always blurred, and it is difficult to distinguish between good and evil. But no matter how the outside world fluctuates, inner perseverance and courage are our most precious assets. May everyone on the road to chasing their dreams find their own light in the prosperity of dreams.